Hey guys, it's Sue. Welcome back to the channel, and if you are brand new here and you want to see more speed builds like this, plus 100 baby challenge, let's plays, and let's builds, and please subscribe to my channel below. Links to my other social media are also below. So today we're in Willow Creek and we are building a large family suburban home. This home comes in at 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. It's 92,348 simoleons. And if you are interested in this build, it is on my gallery as Bright and Airy Suburban. And my gallery ID is svelure, and I do believe that I have that down below as well. So this became a very big house. It started off big because I was just going to keep it the way it is right now, but as you can see, I wanted to add a bay window that stretched from the bottom floor up to the top floor, so I made another bump out, which made this big house even bigger. The bump out is master bedroom, top floor, bottom floor could be a bedroom, but in this build, I made it into a nifty knitting DIY room. You can definitely switch it back to a bedroom if you decided to download this house, because I did list it as 4 bedrooms, even though technically I decorated it as a 3-bedroom house. So I do know another thing about this build is I did a lot of landscaping. For family houses, I usually try to put some activities outside for kids, but I was just not in the mood to do that, so I just went nuts with the landscaping instead. Back of the house was a little bit boring, so I made another little bump out back there as well as a porch. And as you can see, I did green on the house. I feel like every time I do a suburban house, it is tan or gray or brown, some sort of a very neutral color. So I decided to go with this light green color instead, which is technically, I would think, a neutral, but I hardly ever use it unless I'm making like a quirky build. So I went with the green with the dark roof, and I am loving that I can center my windows no matter where I put things and bump outs and things like that in my house. I can center my windows now. That is so awesome. I used to have to fiddle with my builds so much if things were not centered. So definitely awesome. I did edit out or forget recording, I don't know which one, me decorating the tops of the walls there that goes up into the roof. I just did like a textured type of siding with like the wood beams or whatever. I also made a porch on the front and back, which I feel like I haven't done in a long time. Used my favorite pillars there, the Craftsman pillars. Right now I am starting with the landscaping, so I basically made a path that went from the street to the house and to the backyard, and then anything that wasn't path now became just landscaping that I layered and layered and layered. As you can see, I'm just going to go nuts with it. And I believe in the lower right, I make a tree, and in the back, in the lower right, I also do a tree, and the rest is all landscaping. So I never thought about sizing. I use these bushes or trees or whatever all the time in my builds. I've sized them down, I've used them as is, but I have never thought of sizing them up before. I don't know why, but I saw somebody else do it in their build, and I'm like, oh, that is such a good idea. And I get so bored with things from the Sims 4 build mode that finding out little things like this like really just makes me feel like I got a new object. So I'm probably going to be overusing those sized up trees more often. Another thing that I have been doing, I did not do in this build, is yellow plumb bob. If you follow them on Twitter or Instagram, they always do, and I think it's them, a Move Objects Monday or something like that, and they always show a little trick. And one of the things they did is took one of those garden boxes that are square that you can get in the outdoor activities, sized it up, put a tree in the middle, and then planted bushes and flowers around it. So I'm definitely going to be overusing that as well. I do not do it in this build. If you want to know what I'm talking about, you can either look at my cozy family home. I did that with the tree in the front, or you can check out Yellow Plumb Bob on Twitter or Instagram and take a look there. So right now, just finishing the front side of the house, putting some vines growing up and flower boxes and things like that. And I should be moving around to the back side of the house here pretty soon, in which I'm basically going to add a fence and layer a bunch of landscaping again because I went nuts with it. So I do think that I do end up thinning out some of these vines because I kind of realized when I was taking pictures I did them a little too thick and you probably wouldn't even be able to see outside those windows. So I thinned them up a little bit as well. Okay, so we're moving to the back of the house. I do end up putting a fence around the yard, but for some reason I just did not want to do a white picket fence that I always end up doing. So I picked out this little fence. It is a pretty little fence for such a big house, but it kind of matched and it looked cute, so I just went with it. It's definitely more for looks and not to actually probably keep children or dogs in your yard, because that fence looks like it's about a foot tall. So just adding a little bit of a roof onto the porch back here, because I wanted to have it come out away from the house to put stairs on. So I pulled the roof out a little bit. I'm just going to ignore the fact that you can still see the roof trim cutting through right there. I've kind of figured that it's a look, and I don't think anybody will be bothered by that too much. So finishing the path going to the back, the rest is going to be layered landscaping once again. I do end up putting a tree in the lower right as you're looking to the back of the house. And look, I did not size up the bush in the back, so that is good. I'm adding a few hostas and things like that. Just trying to make it kind of clean and cute, layering lots of it. I do end up putting landscaping everywhere but that corner. I normally probably would have put like a swing set or something there and made a path going to the swing set, but I just feel like I do the same things all the time, especially with my Suburban builds. So I went for something a little bit different here. If you end up using this house, you can always take landscaping out and add outdoor activities, or you could even add a gate on the fence and make it like outside of the fence. So I skipped over the floor plan in the bathrooms, as I usually do, because I feel like those are both boring. Especially if I'm making a longer video, I'll skip over that. So I'm making the kitchen right now, which is small. I wanted to make an open floor plan, so I did the half wall. I end up not being able to fit a table that will fit enough people who would live in this house in here. So I do end up making a little bit of a bump out in the kitchen, which you'll see in a little bit, and adding a table right there. I also have a door so you can go out to the patio right there. The room off to the right is the bedroom / DIY room. I made it a DIY room, but you guys are certainly welcome to make it a bedroom. Also, I just discovered this wood paneling. I think it came with Eco Lifestyle. I've been wanting a wood paneling just like this in The Sims forever, and I basically want it for the outside of houses. Like when I make modern houses, I don't want to make them all brick. Sometimes I want to do that wood. And so I just discovered that wood paneling, and so I will definitely be overusing that as well. In fact, I'm pretty sure I made a mid-century modern after this that ended up having the dark wood paneling out there. So anyway, I don't think I have much else to say about this build, because now we're just doing the inside decor. So I think I'm going to close out the rest of this with music. So links to my social media are below. And if you are interested in things like this, please subscribe to my channel and leave a like. And I do believe that this is a Thursday build, so I will see you guys on Monday.